Hi, friends. Hello, the world. Welcome to this episode of Tools for Transitioning Humanitarians. And your host is Monova. And today I want to talk about this topic that I think many of the humanitarians in the process of job application are not really thinking about it or feel like they can't really think about it. But that is a very crucial game changer in applying for jobs. As I coach so many humanitarians, a lot of humanitarians tell me that they are applying for jobs like, oh my God, I just have to get a job. Let me get whatever it is, as long as I get it, as long as I have income coming in, as long as I don't have to start something else. This is like a bit of I have to, I need it. I can't have any other way. I don't have another choice. I wish I didn't have to do this. A lot of people are applying from that energy, and I would like to talk today about being in the in demand energy. And this is something that I think a lot of humanitarians also experience that they tell me that I never had to apply for a job before. People would always offer me jobs or ask me to apply for a particular job. I didn't have to do this. Now I have to, right? And then therefore it feels like applying for jobs from the feeling and the identity of I'm so much in demand, I'm so much in sought after professional. It feels like unaccessible, feels like impossible, right? So today I want to talk about this feeling, the identity of being in demand. What does it take for us to be in demand and apply for jobs from that place and not from the place of I have no other choice. I want to also talk about what happens when we just keep applying from I have no other choice versus being in demand, and then how to actually understand or how to even build that identity of I'm in demand versus I have no choices and here is what I have to do. So let's start first with what happens when we keep applying for jobs, whether it's within the sector or whether it's with the private sector or foundation, or maybe you are even trying to do your own thing. What happens when we keep approaching it from, I have no other choice, I have to do this, right? So a lot of the times when we approach it, we get into this desperation mode in this whatever I have is not valuable, in other words, right? All the experience that I have is not really valuable, or I'm not competitive, or I can't really hope for anything. I just have to try my best and see what happens. When we are in that energy, how do you think we're going to show up in the job interviews? How do you think we're showing up in our cover letters, in our CVs, right? And also think about what are the things that we're willing to compromise or sacrifice for just so that we can get that job. And what are all the concessions we're making, right? Because that's what we have done so many times. We understand the experience of it. When we approach job application from that place, I have seen time and time again so many humanitarians suffer through for months and even years and feeling like they're not getting anywhere. They're feeling like they're doing the same thing over and over again. Nothing's happening, nothing's working. They don't know what to do. And the frustration and disappointment level is so high to a point that they just want to give up and do nothing, which is very understandable, right? Because if we start from the application process from the approach of I have no other choice. I have to do this, but I don't know what. I'm not going to get it. What's the point of trying? If we are approaching from this place, do you think we're going to really get the ideal jobs, right? Do you think we're going to really get the ideal duty stations, or do you think we will really get the job that promotes us and grows us to the next level? No, right? We're going to get probably bare minimum or risk of not getting anything at all because we're not really selling ourselves confidently. We're not really showcasing all the amazing experience we have. We're not really showcasing how all the valuable skill sets that we have because we're just saying, take me, please take me, and then we'll figure out kind of thing. And I always like jokingly tell people that, if we were dating someone, we would never do that. Or, I mean, I did do that in the past, but once realizing that strategy does not work, once realizing that even if, let's say, I start a relationship with someone from the perspective of please love me, please take me, please be in a relationship with me, then the relationship itself sucks anyway, right? Because it will always be like power disbalance of you are doing me a favor by being with me in the relationship kind of an approach where I will always feel inferior. I will always feel less than. I will always feel like I need to prove or keep showing to them how and why I deserve to be in this relationship or why I deserve to be loved and all of this thing, and it just goes to the drain. It just goes, it doesn't last, or it's not the sustainable relationship, or worse, it's not the relationship that I actually want to, right? And the same goes for a job relationship. And in fact, job relationships are where we grow the most or where we spend the most energy, where we spend most of our lives. So therefore, it's such an impactful part of our lives. But if we are building it in a way that, please take me, please do me a favor and hire me, please, like, let me just prove to you all the great things about who I am. If we approach it from that perspective, then we will always have that work relationships where we have to prove, where we have to agree to everything, where we have to uh, uh, for like let go of our values and our integrity and keep saying yes to so that we can just hold on to the job. And I'm assuming a lot of us humanitarians, probably safe to say all of us, don't want to be in that situation. So in order not to be in that situation, then is we need to continue having either the feeling of we're a great professional or the identity of we're a great professional, or even further, taking step further to feeling and having the identity of I'm in demand professional. And that I'm in demand. So many people love to work with me. So many people keep offering to work with me. Those feelings, those experiences we know from the past. And even if we don't know, we can see other people who are in that position where you would love to work with that person. You know how valuable their skills are. You know how valuable as managers are, how professional are, and you want to work with them, right? You know those people and they always keep getting the job after job and promotion after promotion, and we want to be that person because that is the way that we either create amazing success and results and impact in the current environment or in another environment, but we want to approach it everything, every application from that identity. So now think about it for yourself. What is that identity and how that identity looks like, right? How that identity of you being in demand looks like. In order for you to have that identity, what are the skill sets you need to have? What are the value you need to bring to the organization, to the job that you are doing? What are the ways that you need to showcase it? What are the ways that you need to make it visible, right? Think about all of these questions because I think the more we spend time reflecting on what kind of professional I am and how do I want to show up as that professional in every setting, no matter what the circumstances are telling me, then we will always go for the job that we want to. We will always go for the pay that we want to. We will always go for the promotion that we want to because we want to always work on impact that grows us, that multiplies our impact and our value rather than let me just survive in this job and get this job so that I can just keep getting my paycheck and not fear losing my stability, right? So let us think about it. Like I was thinking about what would be the in-demand professional, what are their qualities? Like who are they? What are their skill sets? What are their values that they bring to the table? Why are they so in demand? Or what makes them so in demand, right? And I have a lot of different examples of people that I admire that I would love to work with, but also I have seen in my own experience of being so much in demand coach currently, and I have amazing clients that want to work with me, and I have clients who are willing to pay whatever the amount to work with me. So therefore, I was thinking about like what makes me in demand as well. And I want to share some of the examples, and I would like for you to come up with your own ways of, okay, what is the in-demand identity the professional looks like? What are their qualities? Who are they? And what they are good at or what they bring to the table that everyone wants to work with them, even if there is all this competition, right? So one of the examples that I have from my humanitarian journey is the person that I really admire. There are several women that I admire, and they're both my friends. And I don't want to mention their names because I don't know if they would like to be mentioned. But I would like to describe some of their personality traits, their identities that make them so much in demand people, and they are in fact in very high positions in the UN, and they continue having those positions, right? So one of the main, I think, characteristics or the identity of these people is that you can see that they are so convicted and committed to the cause, and they continue being passionate about it, and they are doing it for the sake of the good of all of those people that they are serving. These are displaced communities, the refugees, stateless people, right? That I know that from that context, and they're so passionate about bringing overall change to their lives. And it's not about them, but rather how can they get to the mission and the vision of what they're trying to do? How can they get there without creating any drama, without creating any intrigues or any like I don't know, like going around the bush and all of those things without doing that, being very straight to the point, committed to the cause, and keep working through systemic issues to get the aid or the humanitarian aid that is needed to those people, right? And when you talk to them, they're very accommodating, and they want to listen to you. They want to hear your opinions, but at the same time, they bring such insights into the discussions. They bring such changing the discourse type of insights into the discussion that you feel like, my God, I really admire the way they treat people, but also the way they remove all the BS from the conversation, right? And bring what is the most impactful and important to the table. So I have seen them being always sought after. A lot of people want to work with them. A lot of people they feel so valued in the conversation with them. They even feel like they're a better person by talking to these people, right? And they know that these people are not really doing any politics or any like intrigues, any of those things. They're so focused on what is the most important and how to get that thing done. That is what they're focused on. Now, I was talking to another client who's also very in demand and in the very high position as well. And I was talking to her about what would get her to the next level of promotion. And one of the things that she was saying that the current way that she sees the environment is one of the great assets for being so much in demand is being a professional who gets things done in the midst of chaos and everything else going on with the funding crisis. The professional who gets things done, who is good at fundraising, which means who's good at mobilizing people and their resources to the cause that she wants to, and has a lot of great network, right? So this is who in demand professional is. And I was thinking also for myself, like what makes me so in demand as a coach is one of the ways that I think has been so valuable for my own experience of being in transitioning and having done this transitioning myself, one of the main ways that I bring the value to the people, to other humanitarians who want to work with me, who want to transition successfully, is I have done the results that I am offering to other people, right? I have done it in my own life. The results of being with my loved ones, working on the cause and impact that I really believe in, and working on this impact while making the UN P3 salary and more. And this is something that I have done in my own life. And therefore, I'm able to, with confidence, say that I have done this. It is possible. And not only I have done it, I have helped so many other humanitarian clients get to this point. Therefore, I want the value I bring is I bring it from my own experience of having done it, having create the results that I really want other people to create for their own lives. And therefore, this skill set makes me very valuable. Right. So therefore, you can also think about what are the skill sets that you have that makes you so valuable as a humanitarian, as a professional, and how those skill sets are so valuable to that organization as well. And how do you stand by them instead of just giving into our fear brain that says, oh my God, you need to just take whatever happens, take whatever the job you can get, do whatever everyone else is doing, and get into the energy of oh my god, how am I going to find job? Don't let your fear brain do that, because our fear brain will continuously want us to do that, and if we keep doing it, we're not going to honor our experiences, our expertise. We're not going to stand by our skill set and all the value that we will bring to the table by being that in-demand professional. And in order to do that, to really understand our qualities, our identity, our skill set, I think it's also important for us to understand that there are a couple of core fundamental beliefs we need to have about ourselves. That one is, I'm the person, or I'm the professional in demand who can create massive results for myself and for the people I'm serving, no matter in which setting I work. This is something, a fundamental belief to have, and that belief is based on all the past experience and all the future experience that you will be having. If we don't believe that about ourselves being that professional, then our fear will continue like pulling us in different directions, right? So that's why we need to have that identity that is very solid, that is very strong, that says, I am this professional who gets things done, or who gets big impact done, who gets these results done with my skill set, with my network, with my experience and expertise. And I'm able to do that whether in this humanitarian context or in the private sector context, or when I do things for myself. That is the identity we need to hold. The other pieces of this is that I find so fundamental is not like not getting into the attachment of, oh my God, it has to work in this environment, or I have to have this job, or I have to feel safe by getting this job. These attachments need to go, because the more attached we are, the more it seems like we cannot get to what we want to, right? So therefore, if we really believe the first identity, the core identity that I was talking about, which is I'm capable of creating massive results for my life and for other people that I'm serving, no matter where we are, then technically we shouldn't be even attaching to the humanitarian sector, right? Because if we believe that we're able to do that anywhere else, not only in the sector, then obviously we can go and do that anywhere else. So that's why the core fundamental belief about I'm someone who is in demand, who is able to create those massive results and impacts in my life and other people's lives I serve. If we have this identity, then all the attachments really go, because then we don't stay in the survival mode anymore. So my dears, I would love to support you in building this in-demand identity of being the person who is capable of creating massive impact and results in your own life and in the life of other people that you serve, so that you are not in the fear and a survival, but rather you keep always working on the things that matter to you and making the money that you want to so that you keep the lifestyle that you want to. So there will be a link below in the description to book a consult with me for working with me individually. If this is something that you would like to work on, then I would love to invite you to book a consult and discuss the details of how we can work together. Have a beautiful week, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.